Rita to speak to us. Madam Rita, good evening to you. They say you want to take me go court. Now I go quick post. I don't post her now. Thank you very much for joining us.
Good evening. Good evening, Mr. Elvis. Thank you very much. You know, the time zone is different. You know, by the time we have time to come in, you probably spent hours here. So, you know, I'm not like Mr. Give us our mandate, you know, that can, you know, multitask at the same time talk. It's like give us our mandate. You should do pidgin English segment on NAIJA. It's so good. Anyway, good evening, everyone. Mr. Elvis, good evening, and fellow panelists, Mommy Diaspora, and everyone in the comment section. What I'm about to say, it's kind of relative to what Pa Edwin was talking about when he said he was using the purchase of these SUVs was kind of used as a yardstick, sort of, to bribe the people in the National Assembly. I really don't think that's the exact case. I would say 20%, and these are my reasons. A lot of Nigerians, and this is somebody. What I'm about to say, I got this from somebody in the north, you know, and this is like years back, and I don't go further, but Nigerians need to understand the atmosphere and the synergy of the Nigerian government, the Nigerian administration, especially on the federal level. The likes of IBB, OBJ, Buhari, perhaps Shagari, and past leaders, they have signed a lot of life contracts, some of them 50 years, 100 years, some of them life contracts, to certain persons in our society. They are non-state actors. They don't get involved in politics. They don't take any political positions. However, they have companies, they have institutions that are part of the Nigerian federal government. This is life contract now I'm talking about. A typical example, the NYSC. The NYSC is still existing today. It was created, I think, 1978 or 79. Somebody can correct me. I'm not very sure, but it's either of those two dates. And I think it was done by Obasanjo. And to broker peace, you know, when they're signing this peace, you know, after a war or after like some sort of conflict, you and I don't know, you know, what the leaders signed up, and that you wonder why there's peace. But whatever it is that is signed up is going to go for a very long time. Now, this so-called NYSC, which is something I've been championing, that it should be stopped for a long time. You know, the NYSC is just another avenue to just defraud Nigeria. The purpose in which it was created is obsolete now. It's obsolete. However, it will still exist. Why? Because there are certain families who have gotten that life contract to sew those uniforms. And that is why when people even come out to say, oh, NYSC should be scrapped, the federal government will keep quiet. Because they settled. Obasanjo is alive. He should be telling us things now. All of these leaders who are still alive, Gowon and the rest, they should be telling Nigerians the truth now before they go and meet, you know, their maker. They should be telling us. You know, that's why institutions like that will not go away, because it's been channeled. Let me use the word allegedly. This is NAIJA Watch now. Allegedly channeled to some certain families who have life contracts because they just want to settle. Whatever settlement it is has been done in the past. Now, coming down to these cars, I just give that little brief history. Coming down to these Toyotas that we're talking about, I think during IBB's time, you see most of all these IBB boys, like the Adenuga of the Glow, Noel OJ, there's so many of them. Then the Versace guy, what's this man's name, Wires guy? Many of those guys, I'll call them the IBB guys. Many of them, some of them we might not even know, but they are stinking rich. IBB gave them some, let me use the word SPV, special purpose vehicles, that would kind of legalize what they are doing at the expense of Nigeria. I know that, I think Noel OJ Holdings, anybody can Google it. It's a big company in Lagos, in Abuja, you know. I think Noel OJ, he made his money, you think it's from Delta State. One of the things was that somebody was telling me that he had a contract to supply the Hilux. Every Nigerian police force, Toyota Hilux, or rather supply Toyota to Nigeria. For you to have that, it must be signed by whoever is the head of state. Then I just make that an example. So therefore, every successive government that would come, every new what they call them now, the National Assembly, every time you have a new National Assembly that come up now, it is expected that everybody will get a vehicle. This is on a federal level now. So that's why no matter what we say, we can scream to the high heavens. But let me know you've used heaven. We can scream to the top of our voices that, they should use innocent motors or the other ones that Rufai was mentioning. They should buy from Nigeria. But it will not happen because there are people who have live contracts. Some of them 100 years. We don't know. I don't know, allegedly. But this is what's going on to supply these vehicles. And it's a deal that they've made and the money is being shared. If one Toyota, we all know how much we live in diaspora, we know how much a brand new Toyota costs, and then minus all the little fixes, like maybe if they want bulletproof or other things that might be added, it will be more, maybe $10,000 or $20,000. It may be more than that, plus the price of how much it is, tear rubber. And then you see they create an SPV, and then of course the budget is padded. It must be padded because that is the Nigerian government way. Yes, that is the Nigerian government way. They always pad budgets. They always pad contracts. And so that's why you see everybody, we can talk from here to tomorrow. The next National Assembly that would come, they would do the same thing. SPVs has been signed live contract to certain people in the society, the echelons of society. And that's why you see these elites, they support every successive government that come because they have signed live contract to bring certain things in the country and nobody can stop it. The likes of Dangote, Wires, many of them, many of them. So that is why, Sir Pa Edwin, I was saying it's not really like is bringing those. I don't believe, and I know majority of people who know what I'm talking about, those cars that they are getting, those Toyotas, it's not really about bribing. It's about renewing the contract of who has been in the government. And these people, they support whoever is there. They will do whatever it is. They will spend all the money all the connections and the influences they have to support the government who is giving them, the go ahead to implement their life contract that has been given to them by their successors. That's just how many of our institutions are organized. To be honest, in the diaspora where we live, these kinds of life contracts is also given to certain companies. You might not know. Those of you in the US, you have Rockefeller, this group, that group. Many of them have life contracts, with the government. They get involved with the government, sort of. Some of them you don't see their faces, you just hear their name, or they have little companies, like a conglomerates of companies that you don't really know the real owner, but it's just one big company with sub companies. They get involved in government construction, just name it. Everybody has their cuts. But in the diaspora, things are done according to the law and they give you quality. Things are done reasonably according to the atmosphere of the temperature of the country and the quality of life. In Nigeria, they replicate those kinds of processes, but it's done to their own personal aggrandizement, not to the benefit of the society. That's just the difference. We have greedy set of wicked men who are stinking rich. They don't know what to do with their money. You wonder why you have the latest Maybach or Lamborghini. You see it in Lagos, you see it in Abuja. You wonder why. Who are these people buying it? You wonder why somebody has a Versace mansion. In fact, that Versace mansion is just even small. If you go to the corner and you see rich people, Versace mansion is nothing. Seriously speaking, there are a lot of wealthy people, and you wonder where is this money coming from? So even the so-called mines that we talk about, we keep talking the gold mine, this mine. We don't know the other minerals that they are even taken up from the north. We don't know. It has been signed by successive federal governments. But the only thing, one thing I have noticed, that's why I say it is kind of channeled strictly to the federal government, is that state governments have the autonomy of selecting which company they purchase their vehicles from. As you can see, Alex Oti of Abia State, he has an innocent Jeep, just like the Mercedes Jeep. He has one. It's kind of like designed the same shape. So that makes it feel like, okay, every state government now, they have a choice, to say, you know what, let me buy Nigeria. Let me buy Nigeria. Every state government. But if you notice, in the federal government, all their vehicles is Toyota, or even Lexus. I think Lexus is even coming in now gradually. If you see some government vehicles is Lexus, but it's mostly Toyota. But you see this deal we're talking about, state governments also want some governors also want their cut. So if they deal with maybe some companies who have life contract now, they say, okay, let us talk one-on-one. What this person can supply me, what will be my cut? They must pad everything. So that's just how it. Yes, sir.
Yeah, let me just bring you close to the difference in that thing. The Toyota and Lexus is the same car.
Okay.
They changed the name. Lexus is produced by Toyota. It's just like when you see Infinity, it's produced by Nissan. It's 100%
yes,
Nissan.
Infinity is Nissan. Yeah,
it's
you're
Nissan.
right.
So that's just the difference. Thank you.
Yes. So that is the makeup of this administration. I guess when you're not really inside, we don't. That's why I see some of them are really powerless. You see these people in National Assembly. Even if you and I are screaming to whoever is your representative to shout and say, okay, why are you agreeing to this? Why are you agreeing to this? They have no say in it. I'm telling you guys, they have absolutely no say. They have no say. They give it to them, they accept it. Even if somebody comes and want to pass a bill, oh, let us buy Nigeria, they will shut him down. In fact, that bill will go to voicemail. Nobody wants to even hear it. Because we're talking about the person that's the head of state, what has been signed before he was there. So that is what we are facing in Nigeria. And the only way these things can change, if we have a leadership change, someone like Peter the Rock Obi, when he comes, because he was inside now, he's an elite, he understands. He understands the makeup. When he enters, except maybe he wants to broker peace, he might not want to touch certain life contract given to the North because of, peace sake, or because of, okay, this is the deal we're making. You understand? But however, I know that based on what he has said, it's not really about, these private companies can get involved in government. Yes, but nothing should be padded. Everything should be geared towards purchasing Nigeria. Everything shouldn't be geared towards life contracts like that. If everything can be altered by federal government, no matter the clause, anything created that is man-made can be altered. No matter if it's a life contract, that clause can be changed by a brave president. A brave man that's willing to change the status quo, because whatever that's been there before has not been benefiting Nigerians. So that's why it has to change. It has to alter. And as per Mogalu should enter house. So, you know what? Like people like him, I call him food is ready politician. It's just like the likes of Fela Durotoye, Shore, Reno. They're just like their food is ready. When they want to show some sort of relevance, they come out and just make one tweet or go on X and just tweet something. They are silent when voices needs to be heard. With this certificate issue, the person that has spoken on the other side is Chief Dele Momodu. And that's why if Chief Dele Momodu was now to criticize this supposedly borrowing from IMF, I would say, okay, because Dele Momodu is speaking when his voice, the elites like him, needed to be heard. Kisi Mogalu, if you are serious, call a press conference. You have money. Please, you have money. Listen, Kisi Mogalu should stop pretending that he's part of the suffering masses. A former vice president, deputy governor of CBN. It's like maybe you guys need to research how much they earn and how much he's still earning as someone who has retired. So this is what they're stinkingly rich. It should stop pretending like the roadside corn seller. You want to buy corn as if you are part of, you understand how she's living. You should stop pretending that he's part of us. He's not part of us. He's not. If he's really serious, Mr. Former presidential candidate, if you are really serious, Oga, call a press conference. You can afford all the channels. If they're asking for 5 million naira each, if you're really serious and ready to sacrifice for Nigeria, call, even if it's 5, the major ones, Arise channel, even NAIJA Watch. We will come there anyway, international or local. We will be there. When we want to hear what you have to say, they will know that you are serious. So please enter house, Kisi Mogalu. Enter house. You are the type that Benin will call a sugu. It's fact. Owls are normally what historically, if you got those tales, owls are very good in accounting, and surprisingly, you are part of the accounting conglomerate because you're a CBN man. So Sugu will be your new name. Kisimogali, if you don't want to enter house, just enter house. We don't want to hear the likes of you. You can imagine, just like Femi Falana will now be come and be talking now. When he has not talked about the fourth certificate, identity theft. The people who were abused during the election, you were silent, and now you just want to come and tiptoe and just so that they can see your face. Say, "I dare you." We don't want to hear from you, Kinsi Mogalu. We don't want to hear from you. You are stale right now, very stale. You are obsolete in the scheme of things. We don't want to hear from you. It's one like Dele Parotimi, Dele Momodi that is talking now that the pot is hot. We want people to be talking now that the pot is hot on the real issues. The real issues why Nigeria is not settled. The real issues why people like me are still bitter. Yes, I'm bitter. I'm bitter because Nigeria has to be good. We deserve to have a good country. The weather is getting cold now. Is anybody enjoying the cold right now? Is anybody enjoying the cold? Maybe I'm not enjoying the cold. You can imagine somebody who is 60 or 70 years in this kind of cold. In Nigeria, where you have good weather, everything, but the country is not just country, it's not safe. Imagine, are you enjoying it? So you should be bitter. You should be angry. You should be passionate. You should demand. You should keep speaking. Demand, not asking. Demand it because it's your right. Every money that you are sending to Nigeria, you are paying money to the federal government to Nigeria. You are taking care of the people that Nigerian government is supposed to take care of. And you are working double, if not triple. Some people have 2 jobs, 3 jobs. Man, is taking care of your own personal life and your family. You think it's easy? Many people are going through hypertension, high blood pressure, diabetes. It because over here in diaspora because of the stress. Because of the stress. Yeah, people that are young in their 30s, 20s, 40s, they're getting sicknesses of someone that's supposed to be an 80-year-old. Because of stress. Stress. When stress enters the body, there's a lot of things that go wrong. Because we have to keep up to take care of the people in Nigeria. We are worried. This one, school fees, that is too much. It's too much. Hospital 0. So if it's affecting me, I don't know about you. I know it's affecting a lot of people. It's affecting a lot of people. Whether you think you have blue, orange, red, or yellow passport, that's insignificant in the scheme of things. The world is changing right now. You see all the wars happening everywhere. Nobody knows. They'll tell everybody, go to your country of birth. Go to your country of birth. Your children that you had in diaspora, they'll say, please, that child is our child. They will say, you leave. There's nothing you can do. We just pray those kinds of times don't come. But these days, nothing is impossible. Things are happening in the world. Things are happening, and that's why we have to be this passionate to change Nigeria, to demand good governance, to criticize, not hate, but criticize. Criticism is good so that you can get better, so that you can see the blind spots that you are not seeing. It's not hatred. Yes, I'm bitter. I will continue to be bitter until Nigeria gets better. That's just me. I'm speaking for myself, not for anybody. Nigeria must be better. And if Nigeria is not better, I will continue to be bitter. I will continue to be shouting. If you call me all kind of name, it does mean nothing. It's just going to make me talk more. So please, we should start demanding. We should start speaking up. Madam Haley, God bless you. I'm very happy when I hear people like you from Nigeria sacrificing your airtime. I can't even imagine, how you here for hours. God bless you. God bless you, man. So that's what I have to say for now. I don't know if I missed any other thing because I know I was off and on, Mr. Elvis. I'm sorry. I think I took a lot of time, for some people. Thank you.
Hi, Wahala. I was saying that thank you so much that you don't have any other thing to add. Your submission covered everything. That people are already criticizing Mangalo on every part of the social media platform. That is hypocrite and all that. So
that's what he is. He should enter house. It's Sugu.
Thank you so much for your submission, Madam Rita. Thanks for coming in.